G'day everybody, mSarge510 here. So this is day 2 of managed quarantine. So it's Wednesday the 7th of October, I believe it is. Yes, 7th of October. And an uneventful day and evening. So this is just settling into the hotel here at the Ridges Hotel in Rotorua. Reading through the information that was given on arrival. So you get this nice big welcome pack from the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment, which is quite thick, about 30 pages, with lots of information and helpful stuff, as well as all these other things. One from the hotel about what you do and what you don't do, and then another one from the local regional health board here in the Rotorua district on what to do and some helpful tips. There's other things here talking about laundry, your laundry service. You get to do, they give you 2 big laundry bags during your stay to do laundry for the 2 weeks. And yeah, not that we're going to be going out and doing things and getting a lot of clothes dirty. They give you a supply of masks and sanitizer to use while you're here, as well as everywhere out in the common areas you go to. There's sanitizer all over the place. So no worries for that kind of stuff. The masks are the quite nice form fitting that can form around your nose, and soft ear straps. Don't dig in as hard as some of the masks do. Yeah, so day 2, food's still been good. No problem there. I had to fill out today. They still come around every morning and do a daily health check and ask you how you're doing, how you're feeling, take your temperature and things like that. So basically a permission slip. So tomorrow is day 3. So we get the day 3 COVID test tomorrow, the nasal swab. And I was asking them about that, and the medic was saying it's not the one that they stick right up the back of your nose. It's just partially up in your nose, so that'll be fine, piece of cake. And that's being done tomorrow, and there'll be another one at day 12. Had a phone call today from the one of the assistant teams that does the relocations, asking about my plans for leaving and when I clear quarantine, and what my plans were, how I'm going to carry on to my final destination. So they're on top of that stuff. They're working well with the guests here and looking after you, making sure you got what you need. There's probably people who are wondering about some things, like if you're staying in isolation or in quarantine here with children. Like I say, Ridges here in Rotorua, just out the back is a massive car park that they have fenced off with 2 big fences, separated fences, so a double fence scenario for security. And it's got privacy shades around it so people can't look in. And it's a pretty big space. So a lot of people out there playing tag and hide and seek with their kids just to get them to burn off some energy and stuff like that. And it's supervised. There's security and Army personnel out there. So if somebody's not adhering to social distancing or the masks and things like that, then they'll politely remind you. So that's good. You can get out there and do stuff with your kids. The big question everybody always asks is alcohol. What about alcohol? You're not allowed to bring alcohol into the facility from the outside. You can, and the reason they do that, and there's a very good reason, they don't want any wild, raucous parties or radical parties going on in quarantine where people aren't maintaining their social distancing and sticking to the protective equipment protocols. So you can buy 4 beers a day or a bottle of wine a day per room, not per person, per room here, through the hotel. You can do that. You can have just about anything within reason delivered to the hotel. So you can go online and do some shopping and stuff and have it delivered to the hotel. It'll be checked coming in from the outside, but you're not allowed to send anything out, which makes sense because we're the ones in quarantine. Out in the community is reasonably safe. That's why we have quarantine. So yeah, you can still get some things shipped into you and stuff like that. You can order, if you want food other than the provided menu food, which by the way has been absolutely tasty, and I had a nice curry for lunch. It's really tasty. And if you want other stuff, you can have it delivered. It's not a problem. They'll just call you when it's there. You meet them at a little location down in the lobby, and they'll have you open it up, and they'll look at it and inspect it and make sure that nothing's being smuggled in, and off you go. So yeah, so there's the deal with bringing things in. Again, alcohol controlled with the amount per day, per room, and the rest of the time you just my advice would be to, if you know you're coming, obviously, you want to bring things with you that you can keep yourself occupied. Like I'm still doing some working remotely, so obviously I'm having my laptop with me, as I normally do music streams and things like that. I hand carried my mic and my digital interface because I didn't want that stuff to get shipped and get damaged, and I'll need it as soon as I get home. So I've got that, so I'm able to do some videos. And also, if you have a Netflix account or anything like that, you want to make sure you have to be able to access it. I did notice on the TV here in my room that there is a Netflix button, and I pushed it, and you can actually log into your Netflix account through the TV. I don't know if that's the same in all places, as I can't speak for any other quarantine hotels because I don't know what they're like. I haven't been there. So, but definitely think about that. Think about what you'd be able to do, what your hobbies are, and things like that that would keep you occupied for 2 weeks while you're here, while you're in quarantine. Certainly, you don't want to come ill-prepared on that front and be struggling to find things to do because there's only so much TV you can watch, The TV here in the region, by the way, has got 3 or 4 sports channels. It's got a couple of movie channels as well as the regular standard TV, TV1, TV2, all that, or TV3. So yeah, you have all that access to all that. Definitely bring some stuff to keep you occupied. If you're a reader, if you have a Kindle and you got lots of books loaded onto it, definitely load up on that kind of stuff before you come. Would be my advice. Other than that, it's just pretty chill. You get a knock on the door a couple times in the morning. Between 7 and 8:30, they bring breakfast around. So if you like to sleep in late, you'll probably get woken up like I did at 7 a.m. by a bang on the door this morning. And then I had another knock later on in the morning for the health check, the daily health check, where they check your temperature and ask how you're doing mentally and physically. And then the phone call. So usually 3 check-ins a day, 2 to 3 check-ins on you a day. But other than that, it's fine. It's great. Getting on doing some work, doing some other bits and pieces that I need to do, and throwing in some exercises and stuff in the room, getting creative. But yeah, it's a good chance. If you ever want to try something like yoga, that's going to stream I got an HDMI cable, so I was going to plug the laptop into the TV and maybe watch some beginner yoga classes and try that in the room here when you actually have the time. So again, it's an opportunity to try something like that. The staff have been really, really great, really helpful. No complaints at all. And it's not as bad as people would have you believe. I think it's one of those situations where the mindset and the attitude you bring into something like this is what's going to help you get through it. And certainly the resources are there if you need them, if you're struggling. And by all means, I would recommend if someone is to use those. But other than that, it's not that bad. Just think ahead. Think about what you could do to keep yourself occupied that you can carry with you in your luggage for a couple of weeks. That's the biggest thing. So books, if you've got children, little board games and things that you can use to occupy your time, stuff like that. But other than that, it's going good. Day 2 almost done. Tomorrow, day 3, get the COVID test. I'll let you know how that goes. Take care. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you next time.